Good evening, my name's Neil. It's dark, I'm sweaty, that's because I've been on a bike ride. I tried to go earlier when there would have been more light, but this happened. When it rains in Singapore, it really does rain. So I've come out in the dark, I'm being lit by the front lamp of my bike, which is not terribly flattering, but I've made a commitment to make these videos and I'm going to stick to it. So one of the things I've discovered since embarking on this challenge is just how much bloody time I've got. It's crazy when you're not in the pub or hungover, you know, how many hours in the day there are to fill. And going for a Monday night bike ride is pretty typical for me. You know, I'm shooting these videos most evenings, getting up and editing them most mornings. I'm not hungover, I don't feel foggy. And I'm starting to go back through all my old creative projects that for whatever reason slowed down or dried up. Generally due to you know, a lack of clarity. I think the inability to think myself out of a problem or a corner, and it all just becomes too much effort and you're lethargic and forget it. And I'm starting to find clarity in these projects. So, you know, be they photography projects or videos or scripts or whatever, you know, the medium doesn't really matter, but I'm quite excited to find some half decent stuff buried in those old folders. So I'm going to get cracking with some of them and hopefully start putting them onto this YouTube channel that I've started primarily for the purposes of doing this, but hopefully more things. Today I also discovered the 1 Year No Beer Facebook group for people going on the challenges. I'd actually applied the day I joined, but for some reason there was email weirdness and I wasn't able to sign up. But I got in today and I put, was that lightning? All right, we'll make this short. So I dropped in, said hello, posted my first video just as a way to say I'm here, and if it was useful, it was interesting to you, fine. If not, don't worry about it. But I read through quite a few of the stories on there, and some incredibly inspirational stuff from people who are succeeding, which is great to see, and having these incredible transformations, but also people who are struggling, but nonetheless pushing through and turning to the community for help. And the community is responding, which is incredibly heartwarming. I was on a podcast the other day and being asked about fake news and social outrage and all this and how horrible the internet is, and I didn't agree wholeheartedly, but I said yes, it can appear that way sometimes, but I was struggling for an example of how the internet unites people and does good, and finding this community actually proves that point. So I'm hoping to be on there a bit more and help out those people who are having a harder time than I am, even if it's just with a few kind words or a quote or something. But there are some people really struggling out there, and I'm really grateful to be in a position where I'm not dependent on alcohol. I have a loving, supporting family, and others don't do that. But if they can get through this, and some of them really are, and they're pushing through despite incredible odds, it really leaves me with no excuse whatsoever. So, so really inspiring group, very grateful to be a part of it. I will try to be a good contributor. It's lovely to meet you all. I'm actually sat right in front of the Singapore skyline, which is all lit up and looks spectacular. So I think I'm going to leave you with a shot of that and talk to you tomorrow. Cheers, bye-bye.